And we're joined on the phone today by guitarist Byrd, longtime former member of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. He's a rock and roll Hall of Famer. He's got a new album out. It's called Sobering Times. Hey, Ricky, how's it going today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm caffeinating right now, trying to catch up to the morning.
There you go. Well, I appreciate you taking the time with me. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
Well, let's talk about the new album here, Sobering Times. Can you tell the listeners a bit about it?
So it's basically, it's a straight up rock and roll record. But there's some slamming songs, there's some beautiful acoustic songs. It's basically what I do, right? Anybody that's followed my career, you know what kind of guitar player I am and what kind of music I love. And the lyric content is, it's about addiction and recovery, hope, change for the better. And it's just me trying to take my experience, strength, and hope, and spread it to other people that hopefully hear something they may need to hear. So that's the Reader's Digest version of what this record's about.
Yeah, it definitely touches on a lot of the messages from your last album, Clean Getaway. If people love that album, they're going to love Sobering Times.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying to people. I mean, I've certainly gotten better at writing this kind of song. There's no preaching allowed. This is just about putting the cards on the table and let people look at it, and hopefully it points out some things that maybe they've been missing because they are struggling, or people that are in long-term recovery can see why they're in long-term recovery. And finally, if somebody just loves rock and roll, this is the record for you, because it's the music. I always look at my music as I'm a product of everything that I listen to from like about the ages of 13 to 20. I wear my influences on my sleeve, and I'm not embarrassed about it. And it's a cool rock and roll record with a message.
Definitely, and you've got quite the lineup here joining you. Can you talk a little bit about who's playing with you here on the new album?
Well, my co-producer, Bob Stander, who we've done the last 3 records together, he plays amazing. He's an amazing musician, so he plays bass. Obviously, I'm on all the guitars. Jeff Kazee, who plays with Southside Johnny, is on the keyboards. We have a couple of drummers. I wanted to use a couple of my friends this time. So Steve Hawley, who played with Wings, Joe Cocker, he plays with Ian Hunter in the Rant Band when they're on the road. He's on, I would say, 85% of the record. And then I have Liberty DeVito, my old pal. He was Billy Joel's drummer for like 30 years. And he's got a book out now. He played on one track. I have Tommy Price, my bandmate from the Blackhearts, late 80s Blackhearts. He plays on 2 songs. And Rich Pagano, who plays with Willie and the Fab Four, plays on 1 song. The opening track, in fact, Quitting Time. We have Christine Ullman is singing backgrounds with me on some of the songs. She's the singer in the SNL band. And am I leaving anybody out? I think I got everybody. Yeah, I didn't have any horns on this record, so there's no horns to talk about. I actually did have some horns on it, but I wound up not using that song.
Well, it's definitely quite the lineup, a who's who of people. And again, Byrd with us. His new album, Sobering Times, is out now. And you have the moniker as the recovery troubadour. And I know you did a lot for, recovery facilities and worked as a coach and stuff like that. But I guess I never knew the extent that you kind of dedicated your life to it. It's amazing.
Well, I went to I kind of stumble into everything. So somehow I was doing a recovery music group at a treatment facility in Manhattan, and I was talking to one of the directors there, and he started talking about this school in Brooklyn, to get certified as a counselor, and I just said, yeah, let me do that. So I went to school. I think it was like 5 or 6 months, 4 days a week, and I got certified as a counselor in training and a recovery coach. And then last year I worked in a place for a few months out in Staten Island before the pandemic. And I just wanted to know the clinical side of why I'm the way I am. I mean, I know the genetic side. I have addiction in my family a bit on one side, and I think it's cool to just try different things in your life. It's people say life is short, but man, I think it's a long life, and I like just trying stuff that you would. Well, first of all, trying stuff that you may be scared to try is always a cool challenge. And So I went in that direction. I hope to do more of it when things open up and I could go back out there and work at a place. I think it's kind of cool. And I love seeing people get it, man. I just love seeing. I've seen so much tragedy with addiction from doing all my recovery music groups at like places around the country. That when I see somebody starting to get it and they get that like recovery gleam in their eye, I think that's like the coolest thing out there.
Well, it's definitely been a success story for you, however things turned out. Of course, you went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, and the list of musicians you've shared the stage with over the years is amazing. So
crazy, man.
Yeah.
A kid from the Bronx. I mean, when you're 13 years old and you're sitting there listening to the first Zeppelin record with these giant headphones, who knew that this would all come to pass? But it's up to now. It's an amazing career. I think I got a lot more in me. Right now, I'm focused on sobering times and spreading the message. And I know there's so much stuff going on right now, but addiction is an awful problem around the world, and it made worse by what's going on now with the pandemic. The spike in overdoses and relapses is like 30% or something like that. So I think my job right now is to just keep spreading the word, play rock and roll, just trying to help people get through it. I'm very public about it on my social media. While this was happening, I said if anybody needs a chat, private message me, because of trying to use my counselor schooling. And just, we're in this together, as the second song on the record says.
Awesome. Ricky, I'm definitely digging the new album, and it's great everything's working out so well for you, and I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Have a great day.
And again, that was Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Ricky Byrd, and his new album, Sobering Times, is available now.